What's up, guys? EDA Talk Sports here, and we're going to be doing a review of the UFC Fight Night Abu Dhabi card. That was really exciting. But of course, looking forward to the main event. The main card as a total was really impressive. A little bit of a change from what we've seen recently in the UFC, if I'm to be honest. We'll start from the main event and work our way down. Headline: Umar Nurmagomedov is the real deal. He is the real deal. We spoke about it in the preview show. Again, guys, there's nothing else you can say. Cory Sandhagen, an absolute beast, an absolute problem in that division, the bantamweight division, met Umar and had problems. Give Cory his props on the ground. He fought, he was smart. You can see the work that he's actually put in, proving his ground game, and that was really impressive. On feet, he was active, and Umar was better on the feet. He was better on the feet, he was better on the ground. Cory was looking for that shot. He found a little bit of success with his left hand later on in the fight, but not enough penetration. The fear of getting taken down potentially to a degree. Being able to find that clear opening with Umar was a killer problem. And Umar, when the wrestling didn't work or when he couldn't hold down Cory, which was a lot of the time, and he's spoken about his disappointment at not being able to hold down Cory, striking came through, and he showed he's a high level striker. It'll be really interesting if he does go up against Sean, if he does go up against Merab. In both areas, he can potentially hold himself against both of those with their kind of styles. Probably the perfect blend, striker and wrestler, that we have in that division. And again, Cory is much more of a striker, really well in defending, but wasn't enough. Umar will be going on to a title shot. Who that will be up against is to be determined. Next up, we had Shara versus Oleksiejczuk, and again, this was one that we were looking forward to. My concerns about how Shara was, he Oleksiejczuk in a pool of his own blood, so he's definitely dangerous, but how much of a finisher he is to be questioned. It was a fight that I knew would go all 3 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. Tough fighters, 2 people who won't give up easily, 2 styles which don't always benefit in terms of getting finishes. Actually called out, I think it was Nate Diaz after this, and I just thought, just try and climb the rankings, and then talk about fights. But that's not even a fight that I think anyone would be really excited about. But Shara continues to win as he has been, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see where he goes next. On the hype train as of yet, I think he is dangerous. I think he is good at what he does, active style, but yeah, not overly, if I'm to be honest with you. Fight was Marlon Vera versus Figueiredo, and yeah, there's another one where a lot of questions. Marlon obviously losing to Sean O'Malley in his last fight, a title fight where he was looking for a lot of redemption. And then we also had Figueiredo, who was moved up from the flyweight division into bantamweight, hasn't got to do the dreadful cut that he had to do previously, and I was a little bit shocked because I think I went for Marlon in the show, just thinking that with the height, with the size advantage, he would come through. But I think from what I've forgotten from the Sean fight is that he got absolutely dominated, and he got dominated here again. In my opinion, it wasn't really a problem. He only started causing issues for Davison towards the latter stages of the fight. Davison knocked him down. Was active in his wrestling, he was active, pressure, and Marlon was just there for the taking. I wasn't impressed. Could have done a lot better than he did, and he's really at a crossroads. He spoke about maybe potentially coming back too soon. Potentially, I think at this present stage, is he just going to be a doorman or journeyman in that division and just play and fight the up and comers? But he has to understand if that dream of a title is over. I think potentially it is. There's so many up and comers in that division who are coming up very soon, and it's going to be very interesting to see how he deals with that and the role that the UFC will place him in, because I think it's not going to be one that's overly favourable for him. Next up, Tony Ferguson versus Chiesa. And listen, we love you. You've been amazing. Lost, obviously. You can see it there. Quite, if we're being honest with you, Chiesa spoke about take you down, he'll try and submit you, and he'll get it done. And it got it done. Tony wasn't a threat at all. It was a quick fight, as mentioned. Was anyone really surprised? Not really. I spoke with my heart when I said I wanted Tony to win. Leave on a high. Tired after this, rightfully so. Used that many fights back to back. Chiesa is a fighter who normally Tony at his peak would beat. he's not anywhere near his peak. And sad, but again, Tony goes into retirement. I did say loser goes into retirement. Chiesa goes into another fight in the middle of the pack. Nothing crazy to kind of him about. Glad to see the decline of Tony, but he's been absolutely amazing. Dern versus Godinez. This was one that we were looking forward to. Again, two fighters who are really aggressive. Fighters who love to are adept on the ground as well. And Mackenzie surprised me. I think I went for Loopy in the predictions. Was a lot more aggressive and a lot better than I've seen normally with her hands. She was really good. Like the stats in question, you can see that she had a really high output, 235 strikes. In total, 203 of those were significant strikes. And she landed at a decent clip as well for her. Again, was aggressive, but didn't get... Again, I think it's a lot to do with the physique, size, reach that she has to overcome. She's a smaller girl. Mackenzie's a lot bigger, and it puts her in a position where she can kind of that distance and range, but the aggression matched with those physical attributes was really impressive. Obviously on the ground, both women were really good. Did a thing, but the striking game of Mackenzie was really impressive there, and I think she's solidifying herself within a certain dynamic within that division that has the potential to that mountain potentially once again. It will be interesting to see if she can. A quick one here, I didn't cover this in my preview, but was really impressed by the performance of Joel Alvarez. Good fight. He was patient in the beginning, a lot as the fight went on. Established his dominance. I've seen Elvis Brenner before, someone I really like as well, so for him to get the victory, I haven't really watched a lot of Joe Alvarez before, so this is the first time I've actually seen him and was really impressed by that performance. So will be interesting to see who goes up against next. He did call out King Bobby Green. I'd love to see that fight. It'll be really interesting. Does Bobby want to go down the pecking order? He's like fight to Paddy. I don't really think he really has an option, to be honest with you. So that will be really interesting. But that was the review of the Fight Night card from the UFC. Really impressive main event. A lot of good fights on the card. And it's going to be impressive to see how these winners and those who picked up victories from this card go forward in their next competition. So guys, hopefully you've liked it. Make sure to like, comment. Want to hear what your thoughts were on the card as well. And I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.